Hello everybody and welcome back to Nat Scraps. I hope you are well and that you've been keeping okay. Today I am trying to decide what I'm doing. So I have a Christmas story collection that I started about 6 weeks ago, or I stopped working on about 6 weeks ago, because I then started the 30 days of sketches, and then I went to after 30 days of sketches, I did the album retreat, which was absolutely amazing. And then after the album retreat, I got the season greetings collection. So I did the workshops for that. And I kind of didn't get back to this. And I'm now at the point, when you put something aside for a long time, it's really hard to go back to. So I'm trying to motivate myself to finish it. Part of me wants to take this and pop it away in a bag and forget about it. Forget about the rest of the videos and don't do them. Part of me wants to complete it because I don't like having all these bits and pieces left over. And I am struggling with it, guys. I'm kind of struggling. So this is, you can see here, there's lots of the solid cardstocks that I had been cutting out of. So I kept them all together in a file. I also had what I have left of the printed papers and bits and pieces. So this is what I have left. I have some beautiful papers left because I tend to hoard the papers I like the most. Now, you've seen this in the Backyard Blitz series we did ages ago, where I just didn't use my absolute favourite paper right until the very last. And so here I am again. I am hoarding paper. I really love this red. It's gorgeous. Lots of little bits, but lots of big pieces here too. So I think I did do one project in the 30 days of sketches with some papers, but I've got loads left. Like this sticker sheet, I've got a quarter of a sticker sheet left. I've got this beautiful paper, which is my favorite of the whole collection, and I have ordered a whole sheet of it. It is gorgeous. It's my favorite. But to be honest, I'm really struggling to get back to it. And I don't know. I don't know if you guys find the same. If you put something aside for too long, it's really hard to get back to it and to finish it off. But part of what I do here on Nat Scraps is I do try to blitz collections. I do try to get the absolute most I can out of those collections. And I do show you how many pages I can get out of a collection. So is it fair to leave this collection half finished and just file it? Probably not. I do have lots of embellishments left too, guys. Like, look at this little thing. So, I mean, this has all been popped away, just waiting for me to finish. And it's been very patient, but yeah. Oh, look at this green thing. Yeah, oops. They're out. So we have loads left to do. So I am going to sit here and I'm going to try to create something. So let's hope I can get back a bit of Christmas mojo here and create something for you guys out of the rest of this. So if you see this video, I've successfully done it because there'll be something that will follow. Or you won't see this video because I'll have stashed it all in the cupboard. Let's hope that's not the case because I don't really want to do that. Let me know, guys. What do you guys do? Do you sort of get bored with a kit and just pop it away? Do you finish them off? What do you do with the leftover little bits and pieces? Do you pass them on? Should have I passed this on? Let me know what you guys do. And keep watching to see where we go with this, guys. Let's see what I can do with all this leftover stuff. I look forward to showing you, and let me just get on with it then, hey? See you soon, guys. Okay, so the first thing I did, guys, was I sorted out those scraps that I went through. So I cut up anything that into strips that I thought would work well. Took all those little bits and pieces off and popped them to the side. A couple of them do come in handy later. And then I laid out a few of these bigger strips. So I was kind of thinking flags across the page, like hanging at different levels with all the tags that are left over, and that's not what I got in any way, shape or form. So I kind of did all this laying out and then went, yeah, no, that's not working, and completely changed my mind. I do put down some paper, and then as I'm doing that, that's where everything kind of changed. I'm going to cut out a lot of this, guys, because you're going to get 2 layouts in this, and then we will see what's left over. I'm still not feeling all that inspired to get on with this. I'm looking forward to getting the stuff for January, which is terrible, and I'm looking around my workshop looking for something new to play with. So yeah, I didn't. Tell me, guys, do you get to this stage where things just aren't inspiring you to keep working? Like, I love this collection. I love the stickers in this collection. I love everything about it. It's just having that big break. Do you get to that stage if you haven't kept working on something that you just can't get back to it? I'd really like to know. Please leave me a message. I'd love some hug and support in the comments, because this is not really the way I work. And yeah, I think it's just been so busy, and coming up to the end of the year. For those that do know me, I'm a ES, or educational support person, and the kids have just been a little bit challenging coming up towards the end of the year here in Australia. We are heading towards our Christmas holidays. This last week, yesterday in fact, was our last actual proper lessons at my school for this year, and we've gone into 2 weeks of activity weeks, and then we're going to have 4 to 6 weeks off for Christmas. So 2 more weeks of work for me until Christmas, and some of the kids are already on holidays. So, you know, it's been a stressful time, and I'm not here to whinge. I'm just here telling you how it is in my life. So if you've got some love and support down there for me in the comments, let me know. See, this is where it kind of went off to. So I ended up, I started off with thinking all those flags hanging down, and I ended up with a straight across 6 photos, or 4 photos and 2 6x4 cards, and that is pretty much it, guys. So I'm going to move on to the next layout I make, and let's hope the inspiration actually clicks in just a little bit more than what this one is. With this one, I start off with a grid of 4x4. I'm thinking I'm going to use the 4 photos that are there and have them in that cute little grid that I've created. I tried that out for a little while, pop a couple of the sentiments and a few embellishments down, and soon think to myself that that's not quite where I was heading with my ideas. I wanted a bit more color, wasn't sure how I was going to achieve that at this stage, and there's those few baubles there on the side. I then tried to move them and have a row along the bottom, and that 4th photo, which is my favorite, of my daughter just peering through the branches of the Christmas tree, and I was kind of trying to make those baubles look like that they were, you know, she was peering through those as well, bring in a few tags, and still wasn't quite working for me. These are flowers from the Cherish die, stencil and stamp collection that is still in our mini catalog at the moment. Now, they were sitting in my little box of tricks from a layout I'd done earlier on, and you can head back through the playlist for the Christmas story, and you'll see how I created those flowers, stamped, stenciled, and then die cut them out. But they were sending me baubles hanging down kind of vibes, and you can see I started moving them around and hoping that I could get them to integrate into my photos. I have pushed that photo of my daughter peering through that Christmas tree off to the side. I have scrapped that before. I believe I've actually scrapped these all these 4 photos before. but I'm not somebody who worries about that. If I'm inspired by some products that I know are going to work with some photos that I've got, I'm happy to re-scrap things again. So I'm keep moving those around. I'm now dumping those tags off to the side, so I've still got those to use, guys, and I'm hoping I can get some mojo up this afternoon and maybe get those done. Bringing in those ornaments, and I'm going to like give you a little bit of a future update here. Those sparkly gold ornaments don't get used. I've been trying to use them. That was my whole aim in this layout, was to use those ornaments, and they didn't get used. I do use some other ornaments that are in the kit, and we'll get to that in a moment. So you can see there, I'm kind of bringing in a little bit of color at the top and the bottom, and I took out that white cardstock and slipped some gray in behind. Now, these photos work well with grey because the dress that my daughter's wearing has got a little bit of grey in it, a little bit of grey tones in the wall and the furniture around the place, as well as those flowers. So the grey really worked well with everything, and it just lifted the patented paper behind, which is a soft greeny tone, and all of that. It just made it work so much better. I finally decided that I want these photos straight. I've had them on leans all this time, and I finally decided, yep, I need those to be straight. And I love the fact that I've brought that Deck the Halls sticker in. I think it's such a cute sticker and works so well with these photos because they are decking the halls, really. So I'm starting to get little things nailed down for this layout. I am a little bit tight on space on that piece of printed paper that's underneath the photos. So you'll see that I've come in and I just trimmed just a smidge off each one of those photos, off all four sides of it in a moment, and that gives me just a little bit more breathing room down there and helps those photos. Here I am bringing in the sticker ornaments that I have left on the sticker sheet, and that works really well. So they're going to hang at a really nice level around this photo, and there's just this little bauble one on the end, and I think they work really well. Now, to even it off sort of with the colors and that, because there's one with a brown tone, the rest are red and green, I try to slip that gold one in there, and it kind of bothers me for the next little while. So this little square is from the top of one of the stockings I cut really early on in the series, and I had a couple of spares, and I'm just going to use that for the year that these photos taken. Now, when I'm doing this, I am guessing, guys. I need to go back into my records and actually figure out what year this is, but I kind of did a little bit of age mental calculation and went 2012, sounds about right. But I liked how I kind of could bring in the date with that, just that tiny little bit, and it seemed to work really well. You see me just take a photo there. So before I dismantled the whole layout, I took a photo to make sure that I could get things back where I wanted them, and this is where I'm just trimming up those photos. I'm going to fast forward in a moment past all this garb, because you really don't want to see all that, to where everything is kind of all back. Now that gold, as I said, was annoying me, so I got a little bit of printed paper offcuts, and you can sometimes wonder, why do we keep all those little bits times like this? I traced around that gold bauble and then I trimmed it out, and that brought in just one more bauble on that other side, and a little bit heavier, so things weren't weighted too much to one side. And the gold looked out of place. It was just gold. It was the only gold thing on the page. I would have had to add other gold elements and to create it, to make it look like it should be in there. Finally, I drew around this large photo mat and did a little bit of dots along the bottom. Okay guys, thank you so much for being here and spending this little bit of time with me. Thank you to all of you guys who have been leaving likes and comments and everything like that. If you have not subscribed yet, please, I'm begging you, have a little think about it, and if you feel that it would be of interest to you, please hit that subscribe button. I am trying to get up to the 500 mark. I'm hoping to get there soon, and I'd like to do that and then be able to celebrate with all of you guys. Once again, thank you guys, and I hope very much that you have a wonderful, crafty, inky day, and that I will see you on the next video. See you guys. Bye.